What's up? Good evening, my brothers. Looks like all the brothers are here. Only brothers, my friends. Salud. From the Dennis Herrera show to his faithful brothers in arms, they say. Brothers in arms in truth, since I'm not a soldier. How you doing, my man? You were the first one that I saw popping in here, man. And Robert, how are you? Well, I don't know. We're gonna have. I'm gonna have to get a nickname for Robert. Robert is like, I'm Dennis the Menace, but Robert, I don't know, man. Robert be getting nasty. I don't know. We're gonna have to do something about Robert. My man Renee, how are you, big bro? Good to see you on here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. Dennis, did you get my email? Yes. All the mugs are gone. Um, I appreciate you guys wanting my mug. It means a lot. It means a lot that you guys want one. When I bought them, the first thing I thought was like, you know what? Let me check them out. Let me see if they're good. I mean, they're only 12 ounce, I guess 11 ounce of liquid. But just to chill and say that we share something, I was like, let me get one and see if I like it. And it's not too bad. I mean, you know, um, I'm gonna find bigger cups, but they are more expensive, especially because they're custom made for us. I think in the future that's not gonna be a big problem. There is one like this big, right? What do you call it? Like maybe 20 ounces on this, but it's made out of porcelain, like this one right here. And when you get one, you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, all the hey Cindy, how are you? Welcome to the Chillax Friday. We are not here for just views. So I will say this: if anybody comes in here, being disrespectful, we'll go ahead and let it slide once. We'll give them a warning, and if Robert, yeah, I got the email. Why? What's up? Did you send me something else? Well, let's double check and see if you got something else in here. Let's see. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I never saw the second one. All right, let's see. Oh, today. Wait a minute. What is this? Go back to Joe Biden demanding that we strike narco votes back in 19. Oh, nice, Robert. Very nice. Very nice. Appreciate it, Robert. No wonder you're bugging about it. Neil, how are you? Everybody, welcome. Okay. Well, David, this is your first warning. Today is Friday, Chillax Friday. It really is just for patriots, just for Americans that believe they belong here. David, so be nice. Okay, you get one warning. Mind speak. How are you? Nako, how many beers have you had tonight? This guy goes to the store for a six pack and then goes back for a 12 and then goes back for a 32 pack. He just doesn't know that he needs two 32 packs from Costco. Man, we're going to have to teach this guy how to shop. Man, Liberty for All in the house. This guy's is Minesweep. Hey guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. On the real, oh my gosh, dude, I'm so depressed today. I know you won't believe me, but I am so depressed, brother. Um, David, go ahead, tell me, amuse me. Tell me, what do you think patriot is? Don't look for the meaning on the dictionary. I already know what the meaning is, but I want you to tell me, what do you think patriot is? And guys, it's no joke, man. I feel so depressed today. I had to force myself to be happy, to get out of it. I can't just let it attack me. And the honest truth, the only reason why I got on, I was really just gonna try to find some comedy movies to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like today, I watched Jingle All the Way as I was driving my mother-in-law and my wife, um, and it was okay, but I was like, dude, I don't know. I just don't, I don't know. I'm just, when you get that depression, it's like nothing makes you happy. And so I was, you know what? I'm just going to work. I'm just going to edit some videos. I'm like, it's kind of like I'm sick of all the negativity from the left, and I go and check my ex account. Hey, Dominic. And I go and check my ex account, and everybody, like the whole feed is just negative left, showing like perverted pedophile Trump and showing all this nasty stuff. And I'm just like, these people are sick. What the hell is wrong with these people? I can understand doing funny memes, but these guys get dark. And it's just so heavy, man. Like, it's just depressing how negative these people are. And it's just crazy. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, well, the Constitution is the big deal. I like that answer. Yeah, okay, someone who respects the Constitution. Okay. Not Trump, not you. Okay. Well, the Supreme Court eventually, just so you know, the Supreme Court eventually will prove me right very soon, very soon. But you hate the people showing what Trump is. No, Brandon, it's what if I come in here every day, right, and I show you on my feed, like instead of me telling you, the economy is getting better. Here, if I tell you this right now, I live in a blue state, Washington State. I'm in a blue city, blue state. This thing is almost 70% blue. Would you believe me if I told you that gas here in Washington State, where I'm at, it's $3.25? Would you believe that if I told you that? Let me send a message to my sister, see if she wants to get on. We are live. No, no, no. We don't want to overturn tariffs yet. I'm sure the tariffs will change as we start seeing more fairness coming to our side. I have a 438 packs working on my second one. We'll see what happens. The night's still fresh. Let's go, baby. I'm here for you, brother. Let's see. Trump is dark and quite heavy. Well, no, 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 no. Let's see. Well, not even on 5 minutes, and the haters are already. They do. They really hate. They really hate. But it's okay. It takes time. You know, there's three kinds of people. There is the kinds of people. The first kind of people is Brandon. Okay, here. I just put gas in my car today. Now, remember, the prices is not the same everywhere in Washington, but I was able to fill up my tank. Well, I didn't fill it up. I just put $40 in because I'm broke. Let me see. Where's my photos? I took a picture, guys, just for you. I got proof. Hopefully you can see it because, the camera might adjust. But let's see if you can see that. I don't know if you can see it, to be honest. Okay, so this is a picture that I took today, and I sent it to Trinity. Okay, what it says is this. Look, I'm gonna put it on the regular, and hopefully the camera can. I don't know if it will. Some bitch. Okay, it's $3.25. $3.25. As a matter of fact, just so I can, I'm going to email it to me. I'm going to email it to me. I really want to be honest with you guys, because you guys think that we make things up. I'm telling you, the prices are going to be different no matter where you look. But we do tell you the truth, guys. We don't lie to you guys. Okay. Let me go ahead and log in to the email. Let me see if I can log in here. Oh, some bitch. Let me see. Not there. Man, I can't log into my email. What the hell? Let me see. There you are. There you I'm going to show you. You guys don't believe me, but I wanna earn your trust because I don't lie. I don't lie. Let me see. All right, this is from me right here. Okay, look at this. That is the gas prices right there. So you can look. The diesel, I'm gonna try to make it bigger. Okay. So there you go. There's the diesel is 405. And then you got the super, the premium, right? It's 369. The plus is 349 and the regular it's 325. Okay? So there you go. I hope that that proves it, okay? Today at Costco, $17.99 for a steak pound. Well, Costco's always going to be expensive. I'm gonna tell you this. There is a place. I normally go get the ribeye. I normally go get the ribeye, the slab, and the slab. It depends. It can go as low as I think the lowest that I have bought the slab is at 11 and change. $11 I think is the cheapest per pound, the slab. So I don't know if that's good to you guys, but to me here is actually very good. Okay, and so depends how many pounds. I paid anywhere for the slab. I paid anywhere between $165 to like 240. So the prices change, and you have to also remember that the fresher the wrapping date is, the more expensive it will be. If it's 5 days, wrapped, they got to get rid of it, so they lower the price on it. But I'm telling you right now, guys, and you guys know, thank you guys. I appreciate that. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is very good. I love to see all those numbers on there. Yep, Candyman, I believe it, man. As a matter of fact, I have my X account here, and I think somebody put it there. I think I saved it on my. Okay, before I lose this, because I don't want to repost it, but listen to this logic. We are in scary times, guys. We really are, and just so you know, some of these things, man, some of these things actually. You know what? My brain is all over, guys. I'm serious. I was feeling so depressed today, and I wasn't gonna do this show tonight. Really, trust me, I was not gonna do it. I'm trying to be patient with negativity, but it really bugs me. The only reason why I came on, to be honest, is because you patriots put some comments on a video that I showed yesterday. But I made a little editing to it, and a couple of you guys left a message on there, and honestly, I missed you, and so I thank you for that. But this right here, this camera view that you see right here, what does it remind you of? A TV show, a comedy. What does it remind you of? Come on, let's see if you old timers know what's up. Anybody? Hey Omar, how are you, buddy? I know there's a 10-second delay, but let me see who can tell me what this reminds you of right here. Anybody know the name of the show? The neighbor, you can never see his face. I'm sure you guys can get it. if you're talking about Tim, that's right. You guys are awesome. Thank you for participating. That's right. Man, Home Improvement was one of my favorite shows to watch. It really was. I think Tim Allen is very, very funny. But listen to the just like tool time, baby. That's right. Home improvement. Listen to the things that are clouding our world today. You cannot make this stuff up. I want you to first look at the person's face, the guy. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Do you see the man's face? You can see that, right? You can see the man's face, right? Look at him and then look at her. You got that, right? Now listen to this.
What age do you think most trans kids determine that they're trans?
Violet told us when she was 1.5. She's been telling us since she could speak. So she knew since birth.
What?
You can't make this up, guys. You cannot make it up. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just the mind of these people. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, for the No Kings rally, I was watching. Oh my God, dude, my heart broke for our senior citizens. A lot of them were. I'm sorry, guys. I really do feel a little depressed today. I'll play this off as much as I can. It broke my heart that it seemed like they took them out of adult homes to go protest for this No Kings rally. And, you know, they were scared. You know, they were upset. They were told that President Donald Trump was going to take away their Social Security. And they were just, they don't watch the news like we do. They don't have access to social media like we do. You know, they get bathed and they eat and they go play cards and bingo, and they don't do this social media thing. And then when they get to watch TV, they watch the news, and what does the news tell them? You know what I mean? And it's like it's sad, man. It breaks my heart that they abuse the elders like this. And it's just horrible. I feel bad for them. And I think I told you guys that story, right? When I went to the KFC, there was two old ladies in there. They were, of course, they were retired, but they were waiting for at least 2 minutes before I even said anything. And I said, "Is anybody helping you?" And, "Hey, Kelly," and then they said, "No, nobody's helping us." And I leaned over the counter. I said, "Excuse me, is anybody going to help over here?" And I started talking with them. And I told them, I said, "What do you think about Trump?" And they told me, they're like, "Oh, no, I don't know what to think about him. He's taking our Social Security away." I said, "Who told you that?" And she said, "That's what they told us." I was like, "Who's they?" He's like the people, that they tell us about what's going on. And I said, "That's not true. Did you know that you're not going to pay Social Security taxes?" I said, "You pay taxes right now." Well, she's like, "Yeah, we do." I said, "Well, you're not going to pay taxes anymore. Starting on January 1st, 2026, that you're going to be able to deduct that from your check, and you're going to be able to deduct up to $6,000 if your Social Security is $70,000 or less." "Oh my God, are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what's supposed to be the benefit. This is what President Donald Trump is fighting for." And they said, "That's not what they told us. They told us this and that." And I'm just like, "Oh my God," I said, "I'm so sorry that you understood that." And I started explaining the big, beautiful bill to them. And they're like, "They lied to us." And I was like, "Well, we'll wait to see the next year. And then you can see that I'm telling you the truth." Well, I ended up buying their lunch, okay? They told me thank you and everything. It's a blessing to me. But it's crazy how they lie to them. And I'm telling you, in my X feed, almost 99% of the posts that came through my channel, they were just perverted photos. Bro, these are Photoshop pictures. These are fake pictures. There was some AI content on there. And I'm just like, these people swear this is the truth. And it's not. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. So So yeah, and that's not the only reason why I feel like that. It's more personal, and maybe I'll do a members only so that I can open up to you 100%. But believe me, when I know that somebody's going through depression, I know, man, I really know. Let's see. So we were talking about patriots, and yes, um, Big Beautiful Bill is a good thing, guys. And thanks to that, we've been able to get our military stronger. We've been able to get more ICE agents. We've been able to get bonuses, sign-in bonuses that their families really need. I will say this, though. I don't like speedy things because as much as ICE agents are doing their job, I am not 100% convinced that they are fully vetting every single one of the people that are joining. And that I really hope that they pay more attention to that, because if they don't fully vet the people, if they don't really take the time to really train them, they're just going to give in to that, to the inciting that they do on them. This whole horns and whistles and yelling and pretending like they don't hear the command. They tell them to get out of the way. They stay on the way. They move them out. They'll come back. And that is nerve-wracking. Eventually, you're going to lose your cool. You're going to beat somebody up, etc. So it can be a bad thing. But I think that who needs more training, it's actual citizens and residents. The American people need training on how to protest, because they don't know. They think they can just go in the middle of the street and protest and everything is going to be pitching. No, you need a permit if you want to block the street. If you don't have a permit to block the street, you don't get to be on the street. You get arrested or ran over. Whichever one is easiest. I choose ran over. But, that's just me. And so, okay, let me show you. Do you want to see me in prison? Be honest with me. Of course I do. Of course I do. Another one says, do you want me to run for a third term? Well, somebody made the same sign with that saying. All right, so we already know about that. Let me see if I have it on here. So this is a video that people...
Garden of the Gods.
Hold on, lady. So this is a video that people say is fake. Well, I just show you a picture of the gas prices here in Washington State. They're $3.25 for regular. My car doesn't need anything more than regular, so that's exactly what I put in it. No, it's not going to happen. Why would you want to see Trump in prison? All the rapist charges, fake. The pedophile that you guys keep swearing on the left side, that's fake. 34 felony counts, he was already cleared off of all that stuff. They kept the title because that's a political thing, but he's clear of all charges. And so what? You guys worship Letitia James. She really is guilty, and you guys worship her. You don't say nothing about Shifty Shift. Remember how Shifty Shift told us that he had thousands of proofs that President Donald Trump was colluding with Russia? Where is it? Yes, Alcatraz, check this out. Here's a picture of the gas prices today. This is today, like literally about an hour and a half ago, 2 hours. That is the gas price right there. $3.25 here in Washington State. There you go. All right. There you go. I'm gonna keep that photo open just in case somebody else asks me a question. Okay. Now, let's go. What the hell happened to my X account? Cutting Edge, thank you for the big super chat. Oh, dang. Oh, early. I like it. Early. Let's say the UK experienced protests 2 days ago as the government is planning to impose taxes of £431,000 on farmers. What? Even though they only earn $31,000 a year by 2026, $1,800 or more of them protesters without food. There is nothing to lose. Wow. That's crazy. Man, thanks for the super bless, brother. I appreciate you, man. And you know what time it is. You got to play it. We're going to go ahead and play. Cutting Edge is the stream chat super boss. This chat tonight is a happy Friday chat. It really is just for American patriots and Trump supporters. Everybody else can leave if they want, or you can, just hang out with us and talk. No big deal. But Cutting Edge, you are the boss, el jefe, el patron of the chat. The big boss, el jefe, el patron. Hey, guys, thank you for the subs, by the way. I love having patriots on my chat. The Chaos, where is gas? 489. Yeah, there will be some areas where the gas will be up there, guys. That is no joke. That is no joke. I filled up in Marysville, so that's what I got that price at. And let's see. Yeah, we love the UK, but they're screwed, man. And they're trying to do the same thing here in Washington. We're just trying to fight that they don't get away with it. Let me see. What the hell happened to my X account? Did I just close it? I may have closed it. All right, let me reopen that again because, wait, is it here? There it is. Okay, there we go. It was hiding behind. Okay, so this one says, this is from December 11. And the gas prices in Colorado, it went as far down as $1.93, as you can see in the back. Once the exit full screen goes away, I'll be able to pull it down. $1.03, guys. $1.93. $1.03. Shoot, that was back in the 90s. $1.93, boys. Very, very good. Jesse Lee Peterson voice. Amazing. I got you. I got you, sis. I'll do the JLP voice. JLP. Dennis working for Russia. Hey, you better believe it. I want a piece of that oil. Oh, wait. Do they get oil? What does Russia have? I don't know what Russia has besides the Russian dancers and those little dolls that keep fitting inside the other dolls. That's all I think about when I hear of Russia. Nothing else comes to mind. Let's see, but we don't live there, so $2 gas. Who cares, says Lori. I'm paying $3.25 here in Washington State on the northern part of Washington. Yeah. President Trump shut the border. That's who did that. But I want to show you something else. Let me see if it's in my feed here. Where did it go? Yeah, you guys already saw that. You saw my post. Huh, I guess that was it. What the heck? I thought I had more to show you guys. In case you didn't see it, here's another photo of the gas prices. 405 for diesel. And there is your premium plus and regular prices. All right. If you have the chat on there, you probably don't see it. But let me go ahead and cover my face. And then you can see those prices right there. All right. Take that out of the way. All right, so the reason why I wanted to show you, maybe in one of my replies, because I be cussing people out on X. Let me see what the. Let's see. All right, let me see. Maybe it's in through my feed of craziness. Let's see, what is that? Historic Preservation nonprofit files lawsuit to stop White House ballroom construction. Are you kidding me? Seriously, people? Historic Preservation nonprofit files lawsuit. I hope they countersuit. Oh my God! Why are people so dumb? People are so dumb. Let's see. City of Chicago salary database. Something that seemed unbelievable. One assistance to an elder making more than $268,000. What is this nonsense? Investigation finds over a dozen elected official aides in Chicago are making $200,000. The City of Chicago salary database and something that seemed unbelievable. Okay, here we go. Another making more than $238,000. Staff assistant making $237,000. We found at least a dozen staffers with these generous salaries making it even more than their bosses. The top paid elderman makes $152,000 a year, and yes, taking home even more than the mayor of Chicago, who earns $221,000 a year. Wow. Fraud and abuse. You remember tons of Democrats over there? Protesters were getting paid to be there protesting, but the politicians, all of them. No. The privacy, bull crap. They know everything about everybody. That is, guys, if you are still believing the lies of the Democrats, I wish that I wish that it wasn't true so I can just talk about something else. But you guys really need to look into what you are learning. Question it. Don't just accept it because you hear it, just because you see a picture. Pictures are so easy to fake. You know what? Maybe I'm going to go ahead and work on a picture where I am hanging out with ICE agents. You gotta think for yourself. Brian, how are you, brother? George, welcome. You guys probably been here for a while. I just didn't see you. Lori says, let's just talk about everything except the Epstein files because that makes Trump uncomfortable. What do you, Lori? You know he's not in there the way you think he is in there, right? As a matter of fact, I want you to come back and subscribe to my channel once you hear the truth. But I want you to be ready to be disappointed with the lunatics that are pretending to be real Democrats. They're not Democrats. That's not the Democratic Party that you and I knew one day. Believe me, it's not. And they are filling it up with more mental, I don't want to say the word, but they're retarded. They really have mental problems. Just like the woman that says that her 1-year-old daughter told her that she was a trans baby. That is the mentality of the left right now. So for anybody to come in and tell me that President Donald Trump is a pedophile because that's what they've been told, I want you to explain to me why the LGBTQ and the whole left Democratic lunatics believe that a 1-year-old is going to tell people that they are trans. As they say, if you believe that, I got a bridge that I can sell you. Cutting Edge says, Dennis, do you see the video of Linda of the Department of Education? It's crazy and funny. They found out everyone. I have not seen it. I'm not going to lie. But I want to get somewhere with this. What the hell is this? Oh, the Washington State National Guard troops responding to the state of emergency due to the floods were mobilized by Governor Bob Ferguson. They are here exclusively to help people evacuate and stay safe and have nothing to do with immigration enforcement or the Border Patrol. Let me see. It's here. I want to show you something. Okay. Nice sushi. I guess it's not going to pop back up on my feed. I normally make comments about it. Trans Ballroom remarks. Oh, thank you. Somebody watched my video. What made her think that it was... Oh, okay. This is a comment that I made about Ilhan Omar. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to be able to find it on my X account. But there is a... there was a genius. You guys are going to love this. Even if you're a Democrat or leftist crazy lunatic, you're going to love this one. You guys ready? So there was a genius that... All right, I'm trying not to laugh. So there was a genius on the left side that that tweeted on X, that Mexico... Listen to this. Mexico just raised their minimum wage to $17.25. In the meantime, the United States, son of a, are still giving us minimum wage at this price. And I'm like, what do you think is wrong with that? Anybody? Even you, patriots. What do you think it means when Mexico says that the minimum wage is $17.25? Anybody? I think it's probably time to play some music just to get some participation going on here. Anybody? Do you see anything impressive about BJ? Already there, buddy. You already there. You're the man. You are the man. That's right. El peso sign is the dollar sign. That's right. That's right. So 17.25. In order for them to make $1, they got to get paid 18 pesos. Because that's the exchange. So they were saying that they're getting $278 daily and $419.88 in some other cities in Mexico. And the United States under Donald Dirty Diaper Trump, we are not even making that much in minimum wage, they say. Yeah, no, 18 pesos is $1. So 17.95 is like, less than $1, obviously. It's like 60 cents or something like that. I don't know, man. This is American duty to bust monopolies on the average Okay, so here's the thing, guys. So, all right, so just think about this. So we find some labor in Mexico, right? And we're going to pay them, we're going to pay them $2 an hour, okay? $2 an hour, guys. This is what we're going to pay them. So we're going to pay them $36, pesos an hour. We're going to pay them $2 an hour, and that is actually pretty good. But you know what? This is a company that makes a lot of money, so we're going to go ahead and pay them $3 an hour. And now they're making almost 50 pesos an hour. Wow. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and make a manufactory in Mexico. And we're going to give them $4 an hour. Oh, my gosh, Dennis is feeling very generous. Now, let me tell you what $4 in Mexico covers. It covers the salary or the hourly rate of an employee here in Washington State, $25 an hour. Why tariffs? Why tariffs? That's why. That's why. You should not be getting rich of somebody else's abusive labor laws. So there you go. I still believe tariffs are a good thing. Americans should be paying fair wages to Americans. And people need to stop asking for high minimum wage on jobs that you don't even need to graduate from high school to obtain. Like, these jobs are not meant to pay that much, especially fast food restaurants. How many times have you guys heard me say that? Right? You can't go to McDonald's. You can't afford to go eat at McDonald's every day when you're at work, unless you're making really good money. But you really just can't. You can't sacrifice a $20 an hour just so you can go have lunch. You just can't. And the skills that it takes for them to get the fries out, they don't even get them out on time. The skills that it takes for them to put burgers that are already pre-made and all this stuff put together, it doesn't pay a lot of money. It pays less. It's not a livable wage that you're going to make in those jobs. Those are part-time jobs for extra money, or if you're a student, or, you just want to make the extra money. But it's not meant to be a livable wage. That's not what those jobs do. You're just making it more expensive for everybody else. And that sucks. It really sucks. Because not only that, but produce also goes up. With the gas prices going down, it's just a matter of time before everything else comes down. And then the left is not going to have any excuses to hate President Trump or any of us. That's just a fact, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's facts. Let's see. TDS and DDS is brutal. Guys, I got some pills. Just let me know the address, and I will go ahead and send you some pills to cure the TDS and the DDS that you have. The Dennis Herrera Show, who believes we have the Gulf of Mexico. Happy Meal is $5.54. If you're a child, Patrick, good for you. I'm a man. My meal cost $15 plus tax. I'm just saying. Or I can go the cheap way. And I think they have here in Washington, in Mukilteo, I saw they had a deal where you get, and they're trying to compete with Wendy's. You get a small drink, small fry. You get like 4 pieces of chicken nuggets, I think. And you get a double cheeseburger for like $7. That's not too bad. Or you can get 2 double cheeseburgers, pay one, and get the other one for $1. Now, you got to understand, the double cheeseburgers used to be 95 cents, okay? Now they're almost $4 for a double cheeseburger, the cheap burger, okay? And then you pay another $1, and now you got double cheeseburgers for $2.50. So you can play the game that way. And I think the sodas are all $1 or $1 and change, but it doesn't matter what size. I think the price is always the same. I think it's how it is. But, if you go to Subway and you're trying to eat more healthy, right, you get the spinach, you get the roasted chicken breast, you get the cold cut trio, whatever it is that you like. Those will be a little bit more expensive because produce is more expensive. But with the prices of gasoline going down and diesel going down, I mean, the price that I show you for diesel, $4 and some change. I mean, diesel, they like to put it up at $5+ a gallon. So I can tell you, as short of money that I am right now, and I'm sure many people out there are in the same situation. It is so nice because that $1 down from what you're used to paying, almost $1.50. For the last time I put in there, and I'd send Trinity the picture. I sent Trinity. The last time I sent you a picture, I think it was $3.86. And today was, what was it? $3.25. So it went down 60 cents, 61 cents. I think that's right. 61.86. I don't know, something like that. About 50-something cents, right? And that's kind of like taking the tax off, I guess. But going from $5.60, I'll take it. $3.25 was amazing. And I see my gas tank got more filled up. I mean, normally I got to put $80 in my tank. You know what I'm saying? I got an American car. And that V6 mofo, yeah, he's got a turbocharge, but doggone it, that gas needle goes, it goes down. Let's see, I put the video in your last post. Let me take a look. I will be playing that video, guys. Just hang in there. Like I said, this is Chillax Friday, so we're just gonna be chilling, and we will watch something. But let me take a look. What is this?
Administration.
Hold on, President. Let me see. What do you mean you put a link? I don't see it. I don't see it. Cutting Edge. I put the video in your last post. Can you put it on the chat here? I'm not sure if you can. Or just email it to me. Email it to me. Email me the link. Thousands of manatees could die off if Jeff Bezos' rocket company gets its way, guys. The world needs our help. Mr. Mystery, good night, everyone. Long day at work tomorrow. Have a blessed weekend. Take it easy, man. Have a good one. God bless you and your family. Thanks for stopping by. Aerosmith, hashtag Trump. Appreciate it. Let's see. What did you say? What you say? TDS has no cure, dude. Hey, Omar, it is a myth. We have the cure. You just got to be able to take the pill. You want the blue pill or the red pill? You got to make a choice. We will not make it for you. If you live in New York City, you're going to pay $19 a gallon. Oh, I know you're playing. I know you're joking, but dang, that is crazy. Crazy. Deportation really helped the economy. Just wait. If we get rid of 21 million illegal immigrants, you know what that's going to do to the high demand? And when it's low demand, prices, they got to come down. They got to come down. There is no other choice. They got to come down. I'll tell you what happens when there is less demand for housing. The apartments, when they get rid of all the illegal immigrants, the apartments are going to be more empty. And when they cannot rent those apartments at the high price, guess what they have to do? That's right. You guys already know. All right. Let's see if I can get some participation on here. I want you in the chat to tell me on the chat how. Oh, you know, as a matter of fact, let's do this. Let me do a poll here. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. These are just a yes or no questions, but let me see. I'm going to give you two choices, but I want you to type on the chat another answer if you have it. You can type your answer on the chat if you have a different answer than just those two things right there. Let's see. Let me see how many people think differently. Guys, let's be honest, both of them. But which one do you think will lower the prices faster? Maybe that's what I should have said. Yeah, they both do. But which one will be the most effective to lower the cost? MD, the main reason is because If they're billionaires, so can we. But we have to want to be billionaires. What's one of the biggest stories I can give you? I know people, guys. I know people that are CEOs of Comcast, being janitors before. The Starbucks owner, he's a billionaire. He wasn't a billionaire always. He became a billionaire because he worked hard at it. He made the right choice. Yeah. All right. Demand. Yeah. The fatherlessness of this generation really shows people to learn how to work on their own homes. Having a plumber come out to your house and repair your pipe is a privilege. Yes, it is. Lowering demand is definitely a fast way to lower housing prices. Yeah, it's because of supply and demand. That's right, bud. I'm just glad I don't have to listen to a giggle, cackle, drunk word salad puppet. I'm glad you're glad, and I'm glad that you're glad that I'm glad that you're glad. You will never be a billionaire, ever, said the people that bought the lotto ticket and became billionaires. And then they went broke because they don't know how to manage money or how to manage a budget. Let's see. Is this a joke? Bezos was a hedge fund manager. Yeah, I'm not talking about Bezos. I'm talking about Starbucks. Starbucks. I'm just glad I'm not suffering from TDS. Umad, I am glad that you're glad. It's still a trick question, says Coyote. He's not happy with this question. Get rid of Trump. The Zim roofer wants to go back to the Biden era at 9.1% inflation rate. That's great. Higher taxes for Democratic Party millionaire members. Yes, Donald. Yes. One, actually, more demanding is high price. More taxes will keep everyone away. Get rid of that old dirty turd, the zinc roofer. Hey, be nice to angry grandpa. Be nice to the angry grandpa. Akron, New York has gas for $2.36. Man, in New York, man, somebody said it was like $10. You guys are pulling my leg, man. You guys are pulling my leg. Well, I'll tell you what. While you guys watch the poll grow, 71% high demand. Yeah, that's the most common sense one. And local taxes, for sure. But yeah, high demand is always going to win. High demand is the craziest. But it's only 33 votes, and we have 200 people on there, so we'll go ahead and let it run for a little bit. In the meantime, let's go ahead and watch. Fiery warning. Maduro says he's ready to smash the teeth of North America as feud escalates. Well, he feels very confident because of all the Democrats fighting against President Donald Trump. But they don't understand is that President Donald Trump doesn't play. The guy means business. And most of the country's patriots support him. And so here we go.
Meantime, President Trump says land operations in Venezuela could start fairly soon. This comes following this week's seizure of an oil tanker linked to Venezuelan crude oil. Also tonight, we hear from the man who orchestrated the escape for Venezuela's Nobel Peace Prize recipient, Harris Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin.
The USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike group moved further south into the Caribbean basin, raising questions about whether the U.S. is moving closer toward military action in Venezuela. The ranking member of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, Senator Mark Warner, was asked at the Defense Writers Group if the U.S. is going to war with Venezuela. Senator Warner, a member of the Gang of Eight, said, "I don't know." Meantime, EA-18 Growlers, electronic warfare jets, have been deployed to Puerto Rico. They can jam enemy radar and help take out surface-to-air missile sites. Air Force HH-60 search and rescue helicopters have deployed to the Caribbean from Japan, along with 12.
The Nobel Prize winner said it was okay for us to do it. So here's the thing. Man, these guys are going to hate me for this one. Check this out, patriots. Check this out, American patriots. Let's say, for some crazy, weird reason or way, they decide that they impeach President Donald Trump. Somehow President Donald Trump just drops it, just quits, whatever. Then the left side is going to say, oh my God, we got this guy. Now we can put his ass in jail. Nope. J.D. Vance takes over. He gets pardoned. And nobody can touch him. Here's another thing that I really like to think about. When we get rid of Nicolas Maduro, anybody talking about war crimes, anybody talking about any wrongdoing, they won't be able to do jack squat when Maria Machado pardons him as well and says, we allowed him to do it. What are the leftards are going to say after that? Well, the truth is, it won't go that far, but all the people that doubt that President Donald Trump and us, including us, all the people that doubt will still benefit anyway because we never gave up. And yes, my patriots, you will be able to throw it back at their face and say, I told you so, but all right, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. 12 ships, baby. Let's go. Even one in Panama Canal. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I like it.
Of Navy warships.
Is the campaign...
By the way, they don't even know about the B-21 bombers. You know what the target for B-21 bombers is for the radar to catch? It's like catching a mosquito at 45,000 feet. That's right. They won't even see them coming. By the time they notice the B-21s were there, they are just about to hear poof. Even if they even get that, even if they get that much time, they will be taken out. And we're not there just for oil, not just for rare earth minerals. We are there to liberate Venezuela, and we can have a better relationship, a better agreement, and we're going to bring another $1 trillion+ to our American economy. And every single one of the leftists that keeps fighting us, calling her liars, giving us false testimonies, you know, they come into my channel and they call me all those names, but I know who I am. I know what I stand for. And when they insult me and they say things like the guy that threatened my life the other day, right, Trinity? Talking about that I live in Texas and that I, you know, did something to a 12-year-old in Texas and that he was going to put me in a pine box. You know what? Those people, they can say all that stuff, and that's why I know that they have no foundation. They got no base on their accusations. They go with every little lie that the leftists throw out there. CNN is not, it's fake news. It really is. They are not reputable anymore. ABC is crazy. Very rarely they're starting to understand that if they want to make money, they need to start telling the truth. And that is exactly what they're trying to do now. We're gonna watch a video, right, that happened today, and we're gonna play this for a little bit. But I really want to watch a video that it had to do with the what's the name of the team? President Donald Trump just signed an executive order to honor the hockey team. I think it's a hockey team from the 90s, I think. In the Olympics, something like that. I'm sure some of you guys in here probably know about that more than me. But we're gonna play that video because I did make that video. Let me see if I can find it really quick so I can show it. Yeah, I think it's this one. How about this? We'll leave the news. Do you guys want to watch the executive order, or do you want to watch the report that we're watching right now? I'll let you guys do it. Look now, I thought was the MTG video. The last one, it's the Obama post. Obama. The short? You talking about a short? I don't have a notification yet. I only have a Kevin Alvarado says, I'm a gringo from packaging. These people, man. The MTG, so the short, let me take a look. Let's see. Let's see. The 2 days ago, like I said before, she is a two-head snake backstabbing who only cares about others as long as she gets a high five. Why you guys didn't see that? Oh, and there is more just like her are there. That's why I don't believe or trust anyone who is in politics because they forget who put them there on their seat. 100%, bro. 62 votes and 67%, 68% says high demand, and the rest says local taxes. Well, they're both right. Maybe I put the wrong question. We'll do another poll later. Let's see, yeah, I believe it. I don't see it, brother. Did you just email it to me, man? Oh, there you go. Okay, I see it. All right, let me take a look at this link here real quick from the X account. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and watch it. There better be nothing bad in there. It's probably going to be demonetizing my video if there's music on it. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
You know the story of a green little thief who tiptoed through Whoville and caused holiday grief? Well, this year a new crew tried a similar feat, sneaking and scheming to swipe student aid neat. They slithered through paperwork, schemed with delight, adding fake students deep into the night. They dreamed of a sack stuffed to the brim with billions of dollars. Prospects were grim. But we weren't sleeping, not even a wink. We checked the numbers, the forms, the blink. We spotted the fakes, the tricks, the sly little plots, and followed the trail to connect all the dots. So instead of $1 billion up the chimney to go, the whole scheme collapsed like a roast cooked too slow. Taxpayers rejoiced. Students got their aid, and fraudsters, their hearts didn't grow 3 sizes. They just got caught in their disguises.
All right, my brother-in-law forced me to watch The Grinch with Jim Carrey. I like Jim Carrey, but The Grinch with Jim Carrey, I'm just not into those kind of movies. It's just, I'd rather watch the cartoon. The cartoon is perfect. Plus, I like the deep voice original song of The Grinch. Let's see. What else? Okay, so Liberty for All says, why are we talking about invading Venezuela like it's an empty country? Let's not forget that some countries benefit from their oil. USA better check with them before we go in. So we have sanctions on Venezuela. And as I said before, if the actual president, the legitimate president of Venezuela says that it's okay, well, then we're going to continue to do that. And China and Russia and anybody else that wants oil from Venezuela, forget about it. You better find it somewhere else. Venezuela's compromised, and they are not getting jack squat from Venezuela. They need to break that dictator. And don't worry, guys. Very soon, we're going to start doing some strikes if they're not doing them already. Who knows? I will say this. They know exactly what locations to hit already. So Maduro can go over there and try to speak his broken English. I can't even understand it. And normally I give people a break when they have a broken English. But the guy is a moron. He literally is a moron. Like, I insult people on here, but believe me, this guy, he takes the price. He wins. He beats everybody at being the best moron on earth, which is very interesting because Maria Machado, she's a very smart woman. She's too much, too emotional for me. Oh my God, I just want to hug everybody. I just want to love and kiss everybody. Lady, you drive me crazy. You drive me crazy. You know why? Because she melts my heart. She is just so loving. She has suffered so much. She has sacrificed so much for her people being in hideout. We almost lost her, by the way. You guys don't know this. We almost lost her, but thanks to our military's capabilities, we were able to do a mission accomplished. And I mean, this is why our military is fantastic. This is why we need to put more money into them. We want to make sure that they feel worth, that they feel valued, that they feel loved, that they feel needed, that their actions, are needed for us to continue to prosper. So I love our military servicemen. They're fantastic. They're going to risk their lives to get this Venezuela thing taken care of. And at the end of the day, the Venezuelans will be free. And I can tell you this, even without knowing, I can tell you that a lot of the military that is working for Maduro right now, I can guarantee you that they're going to drop that loyalty and they're going to start serving the people. Will they be able to keep their military status? Probably not. But I believe that they're going to, change their minds once Nicolas Maduro gets taken away, because he has political prisoners still, which Maria Machado wants to get back. That's her brothers, she calls. And she says that all the millions of her children, she calls them, that are all over the world, they are waiting for Venezuela to be free so that they can come back home and Venezuela can start thriving again. And hopefully they learn the lesson and that they will never, ever vote socialist communists back into power, because that is exactly how they lost their country. I hope they learned their lesson. Here in America, we haven't. Even though we see the destruction in Europe, we see the destruction in England and Sweden and all these other countries. The Americans just don't learn. Unfortunately, they just don't learn. I wish they all think the way we do. It would be a lot easier, my friends. A lot easier. Let's see. What else do we got in here? Let's see. What gives them the right to flood our country with drugs? That's right, Richard. That's right. And we cannot keep taking the BS from them. All right. So anybody votes? Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and close the poll. It seems like everybody's going on the same route. 70% of the people, right? 68-32. You guys were both right, but the highest or the fastest way to lower housing prices is to deport illegal immigrants. Let's see here. What video you want to watch? See if I can spell hockey right. Or there we go. Let's try that. Let's see if I made that right. Oh, there's too many. Okay, so let me abbreviate executive, and then I think that should be fine. What the hell? It won't let me do it. Oh, there we go. Video, do you want to watch the Executive Order Hockey Gold 1990 team? or continue the news report. I'll let you guys decide and see where we go with that. Amy, how are you, Amy? Welcome. Welcome. I know what I want to watch. There you go. Let's see if I can get let me see if I can get at least 10 votes in there. Man, this is like running for office over here. 50-50. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. All right, we'll get to 20 votes. We'll see. We only got 10, so we'll get to 20 votes, and then we'll go. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Continue the news. Okay. That's only 12, though. We need 20 votes. 20 votes. 20 votes will break it. Hey, Paul, what's popping, man? It's been a while. I haven't seen you here for a while. Good to have you back, brother. I wonder if the military don't know exactly where he is. Oh, they know exactly where he is, bro. They know exactly where he is. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. All right, we need 3 more votes, and it looks like we're going to continue to watch the news. Yeah, I think the news won it. So I guess for all you patrons that are going to stay up late with me here, it's not going to happen because I have to go pick up my wife here pretty soon. Let's see. Oh, no, you cannot vote twice, and you cannot vote by mail. All right, here we go.
Against Venezuela, still just about drugs, or is it now also about oil?
It has to do with a lot of things. It's going to be starting on land pretty soon.
Today, more details about the dramatic evacuation of the leading Venezuelan opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, who has been in hiding in Venezuela and is seen here on the balcony of her hotel in Oslo, where she received the Nobel Peace Prize. Brian Stern, whose Gray Bull Rescue Foundation carried out the dangerous extraction, spoke to Fox News.
So boat 1 pulls up next to boat 2. I reach in to boat 1 and I pull Maria out and I put her on boat 1. And I say, "Hi, Maria. My name is Brian Stern. Nice to meet you." And she says, "Hi, my name is Maria. Good to meet you."
Nearly lost at sea for 3 hours in 10-foot waves after her GPS fell overboard and communications went silent. Maria Machado's extraction is the stuff of movies. It was carried out by a group of former military veterans without the direct knowledge of the U.S. government. If the mission had failed, many fear it could have jeopardized a larger plan by the U.S. government to replace Nicolas Maduro.
Incredible story.
Incredible.
Incredible firsthand account, too. Jen, thank you.
The Venezuelan opposition leader who was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize has appeared in public for the first time in 11 months. Maria Corina Machado emerged on a hotel balcony in Norway's capital just hours after her daughter accepted the award. Senior Foreign Affairs correspondent Greg Palcott shows us tonight.
Venezuela's opposition leader Maria Corina Machado in Oslo, Norway early this morning. Her first public appearance after nearly a year in hiding. Her daughter filled in as she just missed accepting the Nobel Peace Prize for mounting the most serious challenge to the authoritarian regime of disputed President Nicolas Maduro. After a daring 3-day escape from her homeland where Maduro has threatened her arrest, according to the Wall Street Journal, with help from the U.S., sneaking through.
You hear that, right? He threatened to arrest her. He's a communist, obviously. We know that. But he threatened to arrest her because she is the rightful president that the people elected. Overwhelmingly, by the way, over 70% of the people elected her, if not more. I had to double check the stats on that.
Military checkpoints, riding a small boat to a nearby island, U.S. fighter jets circling overhead, an extraction specialist meeting her there, and then via Bangor, Maine, on to Oslo, aboard a private plane.
I believe that the risk, even though it was very high, it was worthwhile.
This as the Trump administration ratchets up pressure on a regime widely seen as misusing its energy resources, facilitating drug trafficking, oppressing its people. Credit given by the Nobel laureate.
I believe that President Trump's actions have been decisive to reach the point where we are right now.
Somebody says I need to be educated on what's going on in Venezuela. Thank you.
In which the regime is weaker than ever.
After early wins, Machado was barred from running against Maduro in elections last year. Still, she led a challenge that by all accounts defeated the dictator.
Bro, we have jets that do that. The Chinese were trying to do... Man, the Chinese were trying to do something against our American fighters, bro, and they were lost. We jammed the raiders like crazy. They had to back down and go back to the little cave. I'm telling you right now, bro, Maduro has no freaking chance, and that I really hope that it's just sometimes people, they think they're being patriotic, but they're defending a dictator, not the Venezuelan country, not the Venezuelan people. There's going to be a lot of older people, a lot of, hopefully not, maybe, I hope I'm wrong. There's going to be a lot of old people, a lot of kids, women that are going to be killed if we're not careful. But, I mean, what can we do? What can we do? We got to do what we got to do. Thanks for the super chat, guys. You guys are awesome. It looks like, who's still are you still the stream boss? Cotton Edge is still the stream boss. Okay. Thanks, Liberty, for the chat. Let's watch the video when Mr. Trump talks about loopholes on immigration laws and how that was bad for our country. I found his speaking about that interesting. That was our last night's video, I think, right? I thought it was last night. There's a couple of videos out there. Let's go ahead and finish this because I do have limited time today. I mean, I can punish my wife and make her wait longer, but you guys know how it is.
Nixed results in a brutal crackdown. He now sings a defiant tune to Machado and American allies.
To American citizens who are against the war, I respond with a very famous song. Don't worry, be happy.
Banned from returning to Venezuela, some Machado supporters are concerned she could be sidelined. Others say the Venezuelan saga will only pick up pace.
I think it's an important shift in what has been really a static situation on the ground for too long in Venezuela.
Machado says she'll rest for a few days and then resume her fight for change, including a visit to Washington. She'll be welcomed. Brett.
Greg, thank you.
Venezuela condemning the U.S. after American forces seized an oil tanker Wednesday, saying the country, quote, vigorously denounces what constitutes a blatant robbery and an act of international piracy. Meanwhile, the White House has not ruled out taking more oil tankers.
Was this a one-off, or is it safe to say the administration is taking a more active look at the oil industry in Venezuela, whether targeting other oil ships or perhaps Venezuelan oil production facilities in Venezuela?
Well, I won't broadcast any future actions from the administration, but I will just reiterate that the Trump administration is executing on the president's sanction policies and the sanction policies of the United States. And we're not going to stand by and watch sanctioned vessels sail the seas with black market oil, the proceeds of which will fuel narco-terrorism of rogue and illegitimate regimes around the world.
All right, so Fox News senior strategic analyst Jack Keane joins us now. General, welcome back. Your thoughts about this next move, tightening the screws on Maduro. That oil cost him $80 million. It's now in our possession. Is that a good strategy? Stop the oil from leaving and coming?
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously what we got to do is continue this. There certainly is a legal basis for this, as pointed out just prior to the interview. And the reason is this is a sanctioned ship, the Skipper, and it's been involved in black market distribution of oil out of Iran and now out of Venezuela. So we have a basis to get it, and I think we should continue to do this and squeeze the regime. I mean, this is fundamentally about changing the regime out. The president's been very clear. He would like not to have to use physical force to do it, like two other presidents have done. 1989, Noriega in Panama also was involved in a fraudulent election and narco trafficking, and also a military dictator in Haiti in '94 by Clinton to put back in power a Democratic elected president, Aristide. We're in a very similar situation here, admittedly years later, but the circumstances remain really quite similar. And I think the intent is worthy here. Squeeze them financially and put the powers around him then will likely put more pressure on Maduro to leave. Take the exile ticket and free pass that the president's given you, because they're going to conclude that it's not worth keeping him here.
General, let's roll in while we speak all the things that President Trump's team has done to put pressure on Maduro. I mean, the sanctions, the 22 attacks, the taking of this tanker, and now they sanctioned two of his nephews who are looked at as drug traffickers as well. So the thing is, if this guy stays in power, he not only wins, he looks stronger. He stared down America and survived. So this has got to end soon. Now there's congressional pressure coming at the president. He says land strikes could be next. What would be the targets?
Well, they have plenty of options. I mean, obviously they can focus on the narco trafficking targets themselves, where it's manufactured, the storage sites for it, the distribution for it, or they can target on government sites as well. So they have a number of options here.
I'm going to give you guys a story just to kind of go off subject here. We will continue back to the video. The war of soccer war, Honduras versus Salvador, back in 1969. I think it was 69. I can't remember anymore. I think it's 69, but I remember the story because they taught us this in school. We had over 300,000 illegal Salvadorians in Honduras. That was not the problem. The problem was that every Honduran had to have permission from government and buy land in order to build their houses. Well, illegal immigrant Salvadorians were invading our country, and they were just building houses for themselves. And the government said, no, you don't come and do that here. So they got deported. Most of them got deported. And so Salvador's like, oh, wait a minute. Well, you can't be that, you can't be that violent or whatever. And there was some back and forth, talking garbage back and forth. And during a soccer game, we went to play against El Salvador. And when the Honduran team went in there, the story says that the Salvadorians started throwing Coke bottles at them. It was not aluminum back then. Bottles, glass bottles. And some got injured. And, the president of Honduras at that time made a complaint to a president of El Salvador, and tensions got very deep, and they started insulting each other, blah, blah, blah. Well, Big Brother, the United States of America, comes down and says, hey, children, calm down. You will not start a war against each other. They did a diplomacy and says, Honduras says, okay, fine, we're not going to start a war. A Salvadorian said, no, okay, we're not going to start a war. But you have to understand something. Honduras is bigger than El Salvador. But El Salvador, it's like a 10-to-1 military power on the ground. And back in this time, neither Salvador nor Hondurans had that many planes to do war with. And so Salvadorians decided to take the attack, kind of like the Japanese on Pearl Harbor. Yeah, not as dramatic, but, they decided to attack Honduras, and Salvadorians were winning, but they were killing our civilians and soldiers. They was just killing everything that was coming in their path. There were just so many of them compared to our soldiers. And so we had a Captain Soto. He was a Air Force pilot, and we lost a lot of Honduran people, and because we had made an agreement with the United States of America that we were not going to be warring. Well, they decided to patrol in the border of Honduras, but through the air, to support the ground troops. And so, Captain Soto came in here and started, just taking some troops off the ground, etc. Salvadorian air pilots came and tried to fight with us. Captain Soto took out 3 of those planes, which back then they didn't have that many. But we were able to take down more Salvadorian air pilots. And the president of Honduras decided to call in an airstrike. And they were told to attack the refineries. The goal was to impede them from going back on the air. So they wanted to destroy the gas, the refineries for gas, right, for oil, petroleum, etc. And that's how we were able to win that soccer war. And when we say win, really nobody really wins, to be honest. I have a lot of cousins. They're born in Salvador, so they're Salvadorian from Honduran parents, but they live in El Salvador, and there's like the border. They do a lot of merchandising and things like that. They were affected a lot by the gangs, but now that President Nayib Bukele is the president, they are making some good money. They work with spices and clothing and things like that, and they're doing pretty good now. But Salvadorians, Hondurans, honestly, I think that we're the closest brothers, I think, than anybody else in the Central America, and I find that very interesting. But true story. You guys can look up the soccer war of Honduras and El Salvador. I will say this on the side note: if Salvador, Honduras, maybe Nicaragua, but Costa Rica for sure. If we build one country and we did, let's include Guatemala, and we did a soccer team, I think we can win the World Cup. I really do believe that. There is some really good players in El Salvador. There's good players in every single one of those little 5 countries in Central America that I think that it would be good. Yeah, there was a very stupid war, bro. Very stupid. Hey, side fact, just for you guys. By the way, Mindspeak, who is Liberty for All, is my Salvadorian brother. So just so you guys are clear.
Obviously to deal with. And I think the pressure is going to increase here. The fact that the president is taking these other steps indicates he's trying to avoid the use of force. I think that's pretty clear. And yet he still wants the objective for Maduro to get out of there.
Absolutely,
so
General.
The objective is clearly regime change.
No question. Let's go over to Ukraine. We understand, according to ABC reports, that the Ukrainians have handed off a revised 20-point peace plan, and it does include giving up some land, of course, that Russia stole.
Thanks, guys.
Your thoughts about where this is heading?
Well, I think there's getting to be some agreement here. I don't believe they're giving up land to Russia, but I do think there's an agreement on how that land will be neutralized and become a DMZ, the disputed land in the Donetsk region. And the United States team, I know for a fact, is supporting Ukraine's position on what's acceptable to them. And I think that's the right path to take here. What we don't want to do here is, through negotiations, leave the Ukraine in a more vulnerable position for a Russian attack. And the second part that they're working on very hard is the security guarantees. And so our audience understand these guarantees have got to be firm and comprehensive to deter Russia from an attack. Listen, Russia has not changed their desires here. They want to pocket whatever concessions the United States and Ukraine are willing to make, and then at some point that's convenient for them, it is guaranteed they will try to reattack and take the country. That is their objective, and then expand into Eastern Europe. We can never lose sight of where Russia really is on this. So we have to put these security guarantees in place to credibly deter them. What are they? They have to have an air component to it. They have to have a land component with forces on the ground. They have to have a maritime component in the Black Sea, likely commanded and controlled by the United States. The Europeans can't do that. Rebuild the Ukrainian military and help them in their defense industrial base to be able to stand on their own. Put all of that together. That's a comprehensive package, and that will have some deterrence to it.
And Ukraine came to the table. I don't see Russia at all, but we'll see if that changes this weekend. General Jack Keane, thanks so much for all the work you do and all the cutting-edge information you relay. Appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend.
Venezuela, now that we've seized this tanker, is the campaign against Venezuela still just about drugs, or is it now also about oil?
Well, it's about a lot of things, but one of the things it's about is the fact that they've allowed millions of people to come into our country from their prisons, from gangs, from drug dealers. Drug traffic by sea is down 92%. And nobody can figure out who the 8% is, because I have no idea. Anybody getting involved in that right now is not doing well. And we'll start that on land, too.
All right, that from yesterday at the White House now. Big story of Venezuela. Here's the recent U.S. actions there. Go back 10 months ago in February. U.S. designates TDA as a foreign terrorist organization. Then in July, the Treasury sanctions another cartel group as global terrorists. Let's come back to this in a moment. From August now, U.S. deploys major military naval assets near Venezuela. And then early September, you got the U.S. strikes on 22 smuggling boats, killing 86 people so far to date. November last month, the USS Gerald Ford, the largest in the carrier strike group, deployed off the coast of Venezuela. 3 weeks ago, the U.S. formally designates this cartel as a foreign terrorist organization. We've got more. End of November, Trump issues the warning about Venezuelan airspace. Still watching that. And then this week, the U.S. seizes that oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. Now, we are told that tanker was bound for Iran. It was flying or sailing at sea, rather, under a Guyana flag. And it's been used many times to take illicit oil overseas. From the State Department, Tommy Pickett's with him now. And, sir, thank you for your time. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
What's the end game here? Maduro out? Is that what you see?
Well, the president has been very clear with his concerns when it comes to Venezuela. And as the press secretary outlined, we're seeing two different actions here, two different things. We're seeing a campaign to stop the flood of drugs into this country that are poisoning Americans, a campaign against narco-terrorists to stop the flow of those deadly drugs. You're also seeing a judicial enforcement operation when it comes to that oil, making sure that we are implementing the president's sanction policy, the sanctions policy of the United States, that we're not going to tolerate shadow vessels that violate our sanctions. We're going to enforce our policies.
Here now is Maduro 2 days ago, made a defiant speech, most of it in Spanish, but this portion was in English. Let's watch and listen.
No more Vietnam. No more Somalia. No more Iraq. No more Afghanistan. No more Libya. No blood for oil.
How would you respond to the Venezuelan leader after that statement?
Look, I would reiterate that the president has been very clear about the actions that he is taking here. We are not going to allow narco-terrorists to flood our country with deadly drugs. We are not going to allow shadow vessels to violate our sanctions policies. We are going to enforce our sanctions policies. We're not going to allow shadow fleets to transport black market oil, the proceeds of which go to fund the terroristic activities of rogue and illegitimate regimes around the world. We're going to implement our policies. We're going to defend the American people. And that's the bottom line here. We are going to defend the American people, put our national security first, make sure we have a safe and secure country.
All right, Democrats are asking questions, including Chris Coons from Delaware. Here's his.
President Trump ran on, I will keep your costs down, I will make America healthy again, and I will avoid new stupid wars. He's failing on all three. He seems to be sleepwalking into a war with Venezuela.
That's quite the claim. Sleepwalking? What would you say from the State Department?
Once again, we have seen the leading cause of death for Americans aged 18 to 45 being overdoses, which is fueled by these illicit activities of these cartels. And you're seeing those designations, you mentioned some of them, but designations of cartels across our region. We are saying enough is enough. We are going to secure the border. We're going to stop illegal immigration, which is used by cartels to smuggle these drugs. We are going to defend the American people. We're going to stop these cartels, these narco-terrorists, from poisoning tens of thousands of Americans every single year.
Okay, that's on Venezuela. Now to Ukraine, and this has been very difficult. We know the president's frustrated, clearly, with both sides. Lately, he seems to be more frustrated with Putin. Here's Zelensky. Big meeting in Paris on Saturday with the U.S., UK, France, and Germany. Here we go, Zelensky from yesterday.
We had conversation with the United States team about possible security guarantees for Ukraine, and we are working on a framework document, and it must be strong enough to truly work. We believe this document should be approved by the United States Congress. This would mean real, solid, legally binding security guarantees for our country.
Sir, this may be something that you can't see at the moment, but can you today make a prediction for next year in 2026 that finally, after 4 years, this war will end?
Well, I'm not going to be in the prediction business here, but what I can say is bringing this conflict to an end is this president's goal. He just wants to see a stop to the bloodshed so people can go home and live prosperous lives, advancing that cause of peace. And to do that, we need to have conversations with both sides to see what will end this conflict. And that is the endeavor that we are having here. Again, the primary goal being ending this conflict.
Well, let's hope for a breakthrough. Maybe it comes this weekend. That would be good for the new year, certainly for the world. Tommy Pigott, thank you for your time, sir. We'll talk again very soon. And if we don't, have a great holiday. Thank you.
You as well. Thank you.
But first things first, if you look at what the president's most focused on international relations, it is finally in our hemisphere, and it is in Venezuela. 2 days ago, the big story was the taking of the tanker containing $80 million of illicit oil that was Iranian. We've been looking at this called the Skipper, this ship, for a while, so we just fast roped onto it, took it over. And so now we're going to bring it home. And that's more pressure on Venezuela. The other thing that why it's so important for Maduro to go out of our hemisphere is because he was told to hold free and fair elections by a previous president. He held those elections. He tried to cheat, but he still lost overwhelmingly to the party of Maria Corina Machado. And he stayed in power and tightened his grip, surrounded by Cubans and Iranians and Hezbollah. We're going to allow that in our backyard for the President of the United States, led by Secretary of State National Security Advisor Marco Rubio? The answer is no. But one of the key is having something to replace Maduro with, and that is Machado's party. She got picked as the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. Would she be able to get to Norway to accept it? Yes. Why? Because of Brian Stern and Gray Bull Rescue. And guess who joins us now? Former U.S. Army and Navy Counter Intel Officer Brian Stern. Brian, welcome back.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
Great. Could you tell me how you got involved and what you did?
It was as tough as being a ballerina at 46 and 6. I can tell you that much.
Not alike, but certainly a challenge.
We got contacted a week ago today, actually. It was last Friday around 2100, around 9 p.m., by a friend who was connected to Maria's team and asked if we were doing stuff in Venezuela. They knew we were doing stuff in Venezuela, but asked if we would, if we'd be willing to hear out a very complicated case. We didn't know it was Maria at first. We learned that it was Maria either late Friday or early Saturday morning. I'm not sure. Figured out that it was her. That changes everything. As you know, we've been doing stuff. We do stuff all over the world. We call this Operation Golden Dynamite. That's her name for us. Because of who she is, this changes everything. We have a lot of things all over the world. This was our 800th mission that we've done. 800 missions. But this is the hardest thing we've ever done. This is the first thing we've ever done for someone who has a Wikipedia page, right? She's the second most popular person in the Western Hemisphere.
Which means if she spotted, it would be over. So you had to disguise her.
We had to do all kinds of things, all kinds of things, which we can't get into. But that was so that all started on Saturday. We started planning Saturday all day. Continued to plan Sunday. We deployed forward to the region. Went back to the region on Sunday, and set conditions for Monday. And we initiated operations on Tuesday. And here we are.
Some on land, some on sea.
There was a land piece, a maritime piece, a very large maritime piece, and also an aviation component as well. She had to fly to Norway from the Caribbean.
When, at what point during the operation did you feel like it was secure?
When I saw her in Norway.
That was it.
When I saw Maria hug her daughter, is when I took a deep breath, because at that point we're out of the, our piece is done. We were out of the game at that point. We actually did not do the aviation piece. We were supposed to, we were about to, we were ready for it. But for lots of really good reasons, we didn't have to. They had that sorted out. So that was better for us.
Did it have anything to do with the F-16s or the fighter jets that flew over 72 hours ago?
No. It was more about Maria has people on her team that have access to cheaper planes than we do. It was really a cost. It was more of a cost thing than anything else.
So you got her. You had to get her out. You had to get her through checkpoints, and people would recognize her. So I imagine she had to be disguised.
I don't want to get into how everything went down on the land because we still have ops going on. This is still we don't want to put sources and methods at risk. But suffice it to say, it was dangerous for her, Very dangerous for her, dangerous for everybody involved, frankly.
She did not complain, you said, and it was extremely cold. And you also said the waters were extremely choppy, but that helped you. How?
So we were in 5 to 10 foot seas, depending on timing, which was miserable in a small fishing boat. I will tell you, we had on one of the boats, we had a very seasoned operator who's a very former Marine, who is a very seasoned guy, and he was vomiting for 9 hours. For perspective, it was cold, it was wet. This is happening in the middle of the night in pitch black darkness with cloud cover and almost no moonlight. And Maria didn't complain once. I've never, it was inspirational. She's been a hero of mine for years. Being asked to participate in this, let alone lead this operation, is probably the greatest privilege that I'll ever have in my career, for sure. So when I met her, I was frankly starstruck. She's a hero of mine. I know I've been following her I've been on her Twitter feed for years. To meet her and then to watch her be the Iron Lady that she is, went from, I thought she was.
I know some people ask, they always ask me if I served or not. Let's be honest. One of the reasons why I can't serve, even at my age, I wish I could. The heart is there, the mind is there, but the physical of it is not. If we were to be invaded in our country, I would literally have to sacrifice myself to do it because of, physical pain, lower back, tailbone arthritis, joints, etc. Even though I feel very good right now, I would just be in the way of soldiers. I wouldn't be able to carry all that weight. The heaviest weight that I have on my backpack when I've gone hiking for my camera equipment is about 55 to 60 pounds. And I know that some of those backpacks that they carry, it can be over 100 pounds. I can carry for a while, but then once your knees start popping, you just can't do anything about it, and you're just going to compromise the mission. But if it was to be something to where I had to defend my country and we had to have some sort of militia to back up the military, absolutely I will do some damage. But, it's one of those things. So just so you guys know, guys, it's a very personal question when I tell you things about my children. I try to keep myself as private as possible, and I share some of the information with a very few people. Try to keep my circle as close and small as I can. But believe me, if my boys specifically, maybe not my girls, even though my girls are actually pretty tough. If my boys were to want to be in the military, absolutely, 100%, go for it. But that's all I'm going to say about it. My oldest is 30, but yeah, he didn't serve. So, just so you guys know, the only thing I can share with you guys is that all my older kids have been raised by their mother, not by me. They were only with me for a certain amount of years in their lives. So, they were not raised by me, even though we've been in contact and whatnot. It's been many, many years since I lost contact with my older children's. The only one is my oldest, my firstborn. We're in contact with him, but from the two that I have, only one of them could probably serve if they want to. So it just patata. Thank you, man. But oh, thank you. Oh, well, the smartest person that I've ever met in my life is President Trump, your daddy. Beta.
He's a rock star to pretty impressive.
And I'm sure that's reassurance too, because there's no doubt about it. Maduro's got to go, and she's the one that will replace. She says she's got a 100-day plan, and I believe her. Brian, congratulations on your courage and your success. For people, if you have some money and time, go on to Gray Bull Rescue's website and help them out. They're a nonprofit, just saving the good people in this world. Brian, thanks so much.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Jackie?
Well, seizing an oil tanker in the Caribbean might be the start of the Trump administration's pressure campaign on Venezuela, but it's the latest development since launching Operation Southern Spear, which is aimed at curbing the flow of illegal drugs into the U.S. Chief National Security Correspondent.
That is true. That is true, Zink. But, I will do my part here. If, politicians don't go to war, well, some of them do, but they're also needed here. We also need leaders. We need to have fighters here locally. Obviously, the National Guard will be the military that does that, but we can also fight in here. And that is one of the reasons why I have this channel. And that's one of the reasons people hate me, because they don't want to hear the information that I want to tell them. I give my opinion, and I based all my opinions on a few factors. And one of them, which is the most important one, is the oath that I made to the United States of America. And if you guys don't know about the oath that I made to become an American citizen, check out my profile. And, well, it's right there. It will tell you exactly why I think the way I think. And then the second thing is, if we can do something here on the ground, you're right. Not all soldiers, not all the people that serve carry guns. I think I will always carry guns. But, you guys already know what we're planning to do next year. So, but coming to May, first couple of weeks of May, you guys will be the first ones to hear the announcement. And I will be more than happy to have the press question me about the decision of putting my name on that ballot. And hopefully we make a difference. Without guns, but hopefully we make a difference. All right, you guys already know the rest of that information. So I guess now I want you to listen to our president. And I probably have to take off in the middle of this, by the way, because I have to pick up my wife. But here's President Trump, in case you missed it. If you have any questions, guys, it betrays history. No. We just corrected the name of the right name for the Gulf. North America's United States of America covers more territory than Mexico on the Gulf of America. So it's rightfully done. So don't get too caught up on the name. Don't get triggered so easy, okay? You can still call it the Gulf of Mexico, by the way. I will call it the Gulf of America. You guys can still ask questions, guys.
Well, this is very exciting. This was one of the greatest moments in the history of U.S. sports. I wouldn't say maybe for other countries they weren't so thrilled, but for U.S. sports. And we have a very exciting team of champions standing behind me. Mr. Attorney, could you read what we're doing right now?
Yes, sir.
Get it done.
This is H.R. 452, the Miracle on Ice bill. The United States Congress has authorized 3 medals to be struck commemorating the historic victory of the United States men's hockey team in 1980 at the Lake Placid Olympics, where they obviously defeated the Russians in the Soviet Union, in the famous Miracle on Ice hockey game. This will serve as a fitting commemoration of that incredible achievement, and will hopefully be a lasting memorial of that achievement going forward.
This was an amazing event. Pretty big, I don't know, there were some other upsets in the world. I haven't noticed them getting any of these. The only ones. That's great. We don't use auto pens here. It's a great achievement. Okay, wait a minute. There you go, Mike. Take that.
Thank you, sir.
So great, right? Most of these people are too young to remember that. But real sports fans know it. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have the media too. We're delighted to be joined today by true legends of American sports history, the heroes for the entire nation, the 1980 U.S. Olympic ice hockey team. This was one of the biggest moments that I've ever seen in sports, and I like sports. These are the men who gave us one of the most storied athletic wins of all time. It's called the Miracle on Ice, and I guess that's what it was. We're with us today by players like Jim Craig, Steve Janicek, Bill Baker, Dave Christian, Ken Morrow, Jack O'Callahan, Mike Ramsey, Neil Bratt, Mike Urizioni, Rob McClanahan, Buzz Schneider, Dave Silk, Phil Vercoda, and numerous others. And what I'd love to do, you know, when you have all of these media people, it's a nice slow afternoon. Nothing's too slow around here. I think we just did a very good job with Thailand and Cambodia. We had them stopped, and I've been saying they stopped 8 wars, but they started shooting at each other 2 days ago. It wasn't good. And we got it, I think, straightened out today. So Thailand and Cambodia is in good shape. So we get a lot done. 8 wars. Nobody's ever stopped 8 wars. We have 1 more to go. The easiest one, I thought, would be a country that you're somewhat familiar with, Russia and Ukraine. But a lot of progress is being made even there. Could I ask you to just say your name? And if you have anything to say, you could say that also. And then we'll get on with reading some of the stats.
Yeah, my name is Ryan Suter. I'm here representing my dad, Bob, who passed away. It's a true honor for me to be a part of this, and thank these guys for allowing me to be a part of their team. And thank you for having this and hosting us.
Your father was some player, incredible player. Did you ever play ice hockey?
I did, yeah.
So let me ask you, how good was he compared to his father? Don't answer.
Mr. President, Ryan just played 21 years in the NHL. He played 1,500 games in the NHL.
So, pretty comparable, though, right? Better? You think better?
Yes.
You can.
His dad was tougher.
I heard he might be.
Dad was tougher, you're right.
Dad was tougher. Well, you got good genetics. You had a great career. How long did you play?
I played 21 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you look pretty good for a guy who played 21 years. It's a rough business. Congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
Great father.
Thank you.
Great father. Please.
I'm Taria Lewis, and I'm here representing my dad, Mark Pavlich. I'm so honored to be here. I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. Like, I can't believe this is real. And I want to say to you, President Trump, I know so many people from Duluth, Minnesota that love you. And thank you for having us here.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
And you had a great father.
Thank you so much.
A great player.
So amazing.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Very good. Serious. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Please, go ahead.
I'm Ken Morrow. An
Yeah.
honor to meet you, Mr. President.
Yeah.
What a great win for our country. And if people don't remember, that's where the USA chant started in Lake Placid.
That's right.
Yeah.
I tried to take credit for that. you had to bring that up, didn't you? That's the end of that. That's all right. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jim Craig, and it's an honor to be here. I'm so proud of all my teammates and what we were able to accomplish for our country. And when you get a chance to represent your country, whether it's in the military or a sport, and you can do something really special like my team did and then be recognized many years later. So, Mr. President, I want to thank you for your courage that you show the country every single day.
Thank you.
And for making our country safe again.
Thank you. Yeah, we're doing that. I appreciate that very much. I didn't know you were on that team. Was Cash on the team?
I was the trainer. I was a trainer.
Great. Thank you for being here. He's doing a great job, too. Thank you, Cash, very much.
Buzz Schneider, Mr. President, thanks for having us here. Thanks, Congressman Stauber, for writing legislation with Louise Smock and Tom Emmer. It's a privilege to be here, and we accomplished a wonderful thing. And I will say that I got 19 beautiful people I did it with. It was awesome. All good, solid people. Thank you. Thanks again.
They are. So you have to be solid. Thank you. Please.
Hi, I'm Neil Broughton from Minnesota. Thank you, Mr. Trump. It's an honor. You're celebrating us, and I can't believe I'm even here. It's incredible.
It's an amazing office.
It's unbelievable.
Everybody that comes here, the biggest people in the world, they come into this place and they go, wow, it's the Oval Office, most important office anywhere in the world, not even close. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, Michael Ruzioni, on behalf of the team, we have a replica hat that we wore at the opening ceremonies in Lake Placid. We'd like you to have that. And more importantly, I don't think words can explain how proud we are for what you've done for our team.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's see, what do I do with that strap?
There you go.
Now we can take a picture. Yes. Remember a certain governor in Massachusetts when they put that helmet on? That was not good. Michael did practice.
Yep.
They put that helmet on. That was the end of his political career.
But the honor that you bestowed upon our team, something that's incredible.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I feel it.
Thank you.
Mr. President, hello, I'm Jack O'Callahan from Charlestown, Mass. And I grew up on the battlefield of where the Battle of Bunker Hill was fought. And that's where it all started. And thank you so much for having us here. We're a bunch of proud Americans, and we're thrilled to be in your presence, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm thrilled to be with you guys. Winners, champions.
Mr. President, my name is Dave Silk, and like Jack said, I'm a proud American. Thank you for having us here, and thank you to all that put this on for us. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you, fellas. It's really nice. Thank you.
Mr. President, Bill Baker. I'm from Minnesota. I know that right now that doesn't ring very well with all. Hopefully we can get that turned around.
Do we have Somalians in the any Somalians in the team? I don't think so. Ilyan Omar.
The pride we felt in 1980 was incredible, and we are starting to feel that again thanks to your leadership. Thank you very much.
Well, you know, Minnesota's a great place, and this is a great leader right here from Minnesota. He loves it. Not happy with what's going on up there, and I think you'll take care of that situation. We're all with you.
With your help. Thank you.
No, you have my help. What's happening up there is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Billions of dollars have been stolen. Billions sent back to Somalia. And Tom can solve that problem better than anybody. And you have the go-ahead, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What do you think of this team?
This is the team that set the whole tone for this country back in 1980. It was the beginning of the great comeback, which, by the way, Donald J. Trump was the next beginning of the great comeback. So it's perfect that it's both you and this great team from 1980.
Thank you, Tom. You're doing a fantastic job. Really a great leader. We appreciate it, friend. And Jackie is a great spouse.
Remember, that's her thing.
That's right. That's true. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And Elise, everybody knows Elise. She's doing phenomenally well. A really tremendous congresswoman, and she's running for a little position called governor of New York, and she's got a hell of a shot at it. That's all I can see. I see polls that look very good, and we could use you in New York. She's got a little competition and with a very good Republican, but she's a great Republican. So we'll see what happens, but Elise is respected by everybody, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. And as the representative for Lake Placid, this is so meaningful to my constituents. And we are home of the Miracle on Ice, and it's wonderful to be here with these teammates who just stood so proudly for Team USA.
Thank you. Thank you, Elise. Thank you. Please.
My name is Dan Brooks. I'm the son of Coach Herb Brooks. It's an honor to be here, Mr. President. My dad, he believed. He believed in the American hockey player. He believed in his country. He loved this team. He loved his country. I wish he was here, but it's an honor for me to represent him. So thank you for having me.
Well, your father was a great guy. I knew him a little bit, and he was an amazing coach. What he did was just incredible.
He was tough, but fair.
He was tough? Was he tough on you? Yeah.
I lived with him for 20 years.
But good. I always say my father was tough too. My father was tough, but good.
Yeah.
Right? They were good people. Thank you very much.
It was an honor to be his son.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep. He'd be very proud of you right now.
Robert Conahan from Minnesota. I'm just echoing everybody else's words. It's an honor to be here, and it's an honor to be a teammate of this great team. It's all about we, and we're great teammates.
Yeah. That was really a perfect case of it.
Yep.
That team was a perfect case. Please.
I'm honored to be here. I'm representing my brother Mark, who died in 2024. I know he's looking down with a big smile on his face.
Great player.
Yeah, and I'm sure I am honored, and I know he would be too.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Trump, Dave Christian from Laurel, Minnesota, Hockey Town, USA.
Is it still? Is it?
It still is. But it's a privilege and an honor to be here with the greatest teammates anyone could have.
Thank you. Well stated. Great honor. Great job.
Mr. President, Mike Ramsey. I'm also from Minnesota, and Minneapolis. It's not Hockey Town, Minnesota. It's an honor to be here with my teammates and you.
this is awesome.
That's great.
Thank you.
Great to have you. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, Steve Januzak, also from Minnesota, White Bear Lake, Minnesota.
Right.
It's not as big as it sounds. I backed up Jimmy Craig and want to thank all you guys for the job that you did. Pleasure to be a part of this team. Luckiest guy in this team.
Yeah.
Without
Jimmy
a doubt.
Craig was pretty good, right?
I know goaltending, and he did an awesome job.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank
Great
you,
honor.
sir.
Thank you.
Wow, I didn't know I had to talk.
What do you think, Bill?
I'm speechless, of course, but I'm Bill Burkota, originally from Duluth, Minnesota, and certainly, like all the other gentlemen here, we're having a wonderful, wonderful day, and just seeing the history of Washington, D.C., and the invitation and the award is beyond what I could imagine.
Well, it's an honor, and so many people from Minnesota is something. Huh? Good hockey blood, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's so many people. A lot of the team. Congratulations, and Minnesota's going to be back, right?
Better be.
Going to be back. Going to be back. You got a little bad governor up there, and a couple of little problems, but it's going to be back. And unbelievable people in Minnesota. 45 years ago, this tremendous group of collegiate players and amateurs faced overwhelming odds against the Soviet Union in Lake Placid Winter Olympics. They said it was the greatest team ever put together, the Soviet team. They weren't saying that about you, but you were damn good. They were saying that team was unbeatable. The same month, the USSR's hockey team had crushed our squad. They did an exhibition game of some kind, and it was not pretty, 10-3. And people were not even looking forward to this game, fellas, I hate to tell you. They liked it. That last 10 minutes were not fun. The Soviets had not lost an Olympic game since 1968, and they were coming off a 4 straight gold record, gold medals. In 64, they won the gold, 68, 72, and 76. Other than that, they weren't that good, right? They were great. And this was supposed to be the best team that they ever had. So it wasn't looking too sharp for our great champions behind me. As one American sports writer put it at the time, the whole world expected the Soviets to win, quote, unless the ice melts. So that wasn't a very good statement. But then it began. Despite the long odds, the Team USA blazed through the group stage, meaning other countries went through them pretty easily, advancing to a long-awaited rematch against the USSR. 3 times we went down by a goal. For most of the game, they were down by a goal 3 times, and then remarkable players put America back on top where we always wanted to be. Buzz Schneider, he scored the opening goal, and a slap shot from 50 feet. That's a big slap shot. That's a hell of a how the hell did that happen? Was there a goal? I thought they had a good goal.
They did have a good goalie. The pass came across the ice. I caught him going the other way. And
Just happened, right?
Yep. Shot his
Miracle,
right.
they call it. Remember?
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
It's a long one.
Yep.
That doesn't-
Good one, though.
how often does a 50-foot shot go in? Not too much, huh? That one. Well, you have a little extra power. You're strong. You were a strong guy. That ball, that's something. That puck was hit. We have a puck here. Does this mean anything, or is this something they just gave us?
I gave the FBI hockey pucks to the
well,
team.
that's good. I'll put it here on top of a piece of gold. In the second period, Jim Craig withstood a barrage of shots on goal and kept the dream alive. That's the guy, right? And then after a goal from team captain Mike Eruzione, who's a fantastic guy, and I know him from outside of hockey, we play golf. We were in a golf team together, and we happened to win, right?
We did, sir.
We won.
Yes, we did.
I liked my partner very much. But he put us up 4-3 midway through the third. These fighters held on to the longest 10 minutes of their lives. They call it the longest, most horrendous, scariest 10 minutes. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Because you couldn't believe that you were there. Right? And they're leading by 1, and they got 10 minutes, and just please. Did anybody pray? Were you praying?
Doing everything.
Did you have time to pray? I don't think you had a lot of time.
You just had to go out and play.
They're religious guys, but they didn't have a lot of time to pray. They were out in the ice. But to win one of the greatest comebacks in sports history really was amazing. The observers in the arena noted it was the first time in his life that he heard the chant USA, 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 which I don't like hearing because I tell people that had to do with Trump in 2016, slightly after your big win, but no longer. That's the end of that, right? I can't use that one anymore. But I do remember them doing that exactly. For a long time they were doing that. This team united us and they inspired us. The United States was like brought to a level of sports that they've never seen. And they brought us Olympic glory that we celebrate to this day. Nobody thought it was possible. It really shows that, anything's possible. Nobody thought that one was possible. But I want to congratulate you all. And now I'd like to invite Mike to say a few words. And then Congressman Stauber, who introduced. And then we're going to speak from a couple of other people. And I have to tell you, our leader, I have to say that Emmer is a very special leader, and I want you to maybe wrap it up and say something on behalf of your great state in particular, the country, but your great state in particular, okay? So let's go, Mike.
Yes, again, Mr. President, to reiterate what we've all talked about, this is an absolutely incredible honor. I've said this before. When you put a USA jersey on, you're playing for your country. You're not playing for your state, your town, or your city. And what an honor it was for us to put that jersey on and accomplish what we accomplished. I've always said the gold medal is something that's incredible, but this is the frosting on the cake. To receive an award like this, an honor like this, maybe this is it, guys. I don't think there's anything else we can get.
There's nothing else.
This is just incredible.
There's nothing else.
No, this is it, and thank you for making this happen.
Great, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Pete?
Yeah, right. Mr. President, thank you for signing this piece of legislation. I first want to say, on behalf of Congress, I want to thank Lee Stefanik and Tom Emmer for being co-sponsors of this piece of legislation. I also want to thank my staff. Ali Esau in my office did a tremendous job getting this, to be able to pass the House and the Senate. I want to thank my staff. And Mr. President, it was 45 years ago, Friday, February 22nd, 1980, that the game of hockey changed. It was a 5 p.m. game. It was tape delayed. Those of us that were hockey players back then, this was a game changer. We couldn't find that USA jersey anywhere. It was sold out wherever it was. And so I'm very proud to have led this, and I would be remiss if I didn't introduce my younger brother Rob, who was he was a gold medal coach for the 2018 Women's Olympic gold medal team in Pyeongchang. Sure. And Robbie's right over there.
Hi, Rob.
So, Mr. President, I will just say that I'm in awe of these hockey heroes, and as we move forward, they changed the game of hockey. It was a powerful, dominant performance that this country needed. They beat the powerhouse Soviets, and as you know, you're continuing to do that today, and this was a great start of it. And for me, I'm very just privileged and proud to stand with these Olympic heroes that literally changed a nation and gave us the strength that we needed at the time our nation needed it. And to know these men here, they're humble, the humility is through the roof. And I just want to thank you for signing this. This means a lot to me personally, but it means more to the team. When I talked to them this afternoon, as Mike just said, it's the cherry on top of what they did for this country. And thank you for signing it, and I appreciate it.
Well, we love it, and he was a really great hockey player too. So let me ask you a question: was your brother in this category of hockey player, or slightly less?
You want to answer that?
he was smart. He was better than I. He was better than me. Robbie was a goaltender in the National Hockey League as well. So
wow, that's pretty good.
He was much better than me.
That's a lot of good genetics in this whole thing. But you were a hell of a player too.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Pete. So
we're gonna. Mr. President, we would like to do one more thing.
Oh, sure.
Take a photo with our hats off.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
That's from Minnesota or used to wearing hats.
Okay.
Straighten it out.
Take a good one. You have Dan? Let's go, Dan. Get with it. Get with it, Dan. Oh, there we go. Good photography. You got her a little off guard.
Could we move the boom lights up a little bit, please? Can we all move it just a little bit tight?
It's a good photo.
On this
Good
side.
idea.
A little bit more.
Yeah, it's fine, Bill.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And one more.
So we're going to finish up with Tom Emmer, and he's been just a fantastic congressman, leader, person from Minnesota. Loves that state. Boy, do you love that state, and they love you equally as much. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I got to thank Pete Stauber as he's talking about humility. Pete Stauber actually was in the White House as a national championship captain of a national championship hockey team back in the 1980s.
Not bad.
This runs in the blood in Minnesota. This runs in our blood in Minnesota, but it's not about Minnesota, even though I will point out most of the guys are from Minnesota, but that's not the point. It doesn't matter if it's Massachusetts, Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, wherever players came from back then, they were all Americans. That's what mattered, and they were an inspiration. And you know what it means to my state? It shows us that no matter how bad it gets, there's always a way to succeed if you're willing to try. And I think Mike Eruzione said it earlier. If you think you're going to lose, you're probably not going to win.
Right.
If you think you're going to compete and you're going to give it everything you've got, these men who are standing here and their colleagues who are not here, God bless them, those who couldn't be here and those who have departed, they reached the ultimate peak. And when they did it, as Pete pointed out, they lifted an entire country out of the ditch and set us off to an amazing several decades that followed. And it's not much unlike the 47th President of the United States. So I think it's entirely appropriate that you're doing this for these men. You're really doing it for the country. And God bless you, because Minnesota, I think, is going to experience a comeback because of you.
They're going to do it. Minnesota's going to come back. No, I'm so impressed that so many of these champions come from Minnesota. It's amazing. It's a great place. Thank you very much.
We engineered it.
One of the best players for
It starts again.
Well, thank you very much. Any questions for the? Let's go to the players first, if you could.
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, it's a great honor to be in the room with all of you. I remember this game, and it had a huge impact on me. You're heroes of mine, and it's really an honor to be in this room. Mike Eruzione, I have to ask you a question. What did it mean? I realize it was the semifinal game, but what did it mean to you at the time to beat the Soviets, to beat the Soviet Union?
Well, at the time, it gave us an opportunity to play for a gold medal. People always talk about the Soviet game, and I know how important the Soviet game was from a political standpoint. We didn't know it at the time, we knew it after. But if we don't beat Finland, we're not having this conversation today. We're not here. As great as the Soviet victory was, and it was an incredible victory, but if we lose to Finland, it would have been, God, if you only could have beat Finland.
What was the score?
4-2. We were losing 2-1 going into the third period.
That would have been a down.
So we're not having this conversation. You are not inviting us to the White House. We are not receiving this honor if we don't beat Finland. So I think it speaks volumes of the team and the team that I played on to come back after such a great victory. We were ready to play Finland on Sunday. And I think, again, a tribute to the team and the type of players that we had. So years later, 45 years later, we realize how important that victory was against the Soviets. But I think a lot of us take great pride in knowing that we closed the deal by beating Finland.
If you didn't win that final game,
we're not here.
Nobody would.
We wouldn't have played golf.
You wouldn't be here. I would not have invited you. I would have said,
Gold medals.
Yeah, what happened in Finland?
Mike would be driving Uber.
But you did win.
What's the lesson for Ukraine from this win from 45 years ago when you defeated?
I want to point something out really quick. I'm running out of time, guys. The wife is waiting. I want to point something out really quick. I want you to keep an eye on this person right here. You guys know who this one is right here? That's CNN right there, okay? I want you to keep an eye on that one. Now, you guys already heard the fake news and all these other fake legacy news outlets out there. They've been talking mess about President Donald Trump, this and that, and like, rah, 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 you know, you don't let me talk, you don't allow me. They're demanding and all of this. Instead of being respectful and be like, nah, with all due respect, President Trump, this is what we heard. This is what we have seen. This is what we think we know. Can you correct us? You know, they don't have any tact on how to ask questions. So I want you to pay attention to this lady, okay? And, well, Patriots, just hang in there and just be patient and wait to see what happens. There is a lesson to be learning here. Transtifia, we can smell you.
Russian team against all odds.
Well, it's a similar situation, isn't it? Let's see what happens. We're working on seeing if we can make a deal right now. We're gonna see. We'll soon know, I guess. We're gonna see a lot of death. Last month, fellas, 25,000 soldiers were killed in Ukraine and Russia. 45,000. Can you imagine that? It's ridiculous.
Maybe we should send our team.
Mr. President, if I could, you guys were a team of amateurs. What do you think about the NIL, the deals that are being made with players, and they're hopping around sports? What do you think about it? I'll get your thoughts on that.
My thoughts are I don't like it. I don't like the nil. I don't like the portal. But that's the state of college sports today, and we have no control over that. I don't like it, and a lot of people that I've spoken to don't like it either. But we have no say.
Well, I think we maybe do have a say. I think that it's a disaster for college sports. I think it's a disaster for the Olympics because, you know, we're losing a lot of teams. The colleges are cutting a lot of they would call them sort of the lesser sports, and they're losing them like at numbers nobody can believe. And they were really training grounds, beautiful training grounds, hard-working, wonderful young people. They were training grounds for the Olympics. And a lot of these sports that were training so well would win gold medals because of it. Those sports don't exist because they're putting all their money into football. And, by the way, they're putting too much money into football because colleges don't make, even the most successful universities don't make that much money. And you can't pay a quarterback $14 million to come out of high school. They don't even know he's going to be a very good player. I mean, they've tried a couple of times. $14 and $12 million. And a couple of deals like that, and the most successful colleges are losing money. And I think the NIL is a disaster for sports. It's horrible for the Olympics. And I think it's actually horrible for the players. And you're losing all of these great sports. They're not college football. Even basketball is being affected. Basketball second. But even basketball is being affected. They're putting all of their money in, and I know something about it. They will not be able to stop. You're going to have a college president. I'm telling you, sir, if we give a guard $7 million, we're going to win the national championship, and they'll give them $7 and they won't win it. And even if they do win it, colleges cannot afford to be paying the kind of salaries that you're hearing about. And frankly, if you didn't have a very strong salary cap in sports, and even then, in professional sports, they'd all be out of business, everyone. You're going to have these colleges wipe themselves out. And something ought to be done, and I'm willing to put the federal government behind it. But if it's not done fast, you're going to wipe out colleges. They're going to get wiped out, including ones that do well in football. They can't pay $12 million, $14 million, $10 million, $6 million for players. They won't be able to stop. There'll always be that one player. If they only have that player, they're going to win the national championship. And they'll have 100 colleges thinking the same thing. Colleges cannot afford to play this game. And it's a very bad thing that's happening.
Mr. President, you talked about the Soviet Union, and I also want to ask about another country that you're targeting, which of course is Venezuela. Do you intend on seizing more oil assets from Venezuela and other tankers?
I wouldn't tell you that. I mean, it wouldn't be very smart for me to tell you that. You know, we're supposed to be a little bit secretive. You're a very big-time reporter, and I don't think I want to tell a big-time reporter or a small-time reporter that. But we are knocking out drugs at levels that nobody's ever seen before. We knocked out 96% of the drugs coming in by water, and nobody can figure out who the 4%. I wouldn't want to be the 4% either, but 96% of the drugs coming in by water. Every one of those boats you see get shot down, you just saved 25,000 American lives. But we knocked out 96% of the drugs coming in by water. And now we're starting by land, and by land is a lot easier. And that's going to start happening. And we're not going to have people destroying our youth, destroying our families. Forget about youth, everybody. You ever see a family with the fentanyl or cocaine? Colombia has at least 3 cocaine factories. That's a different country. We're not happy about it, but we're stopping it. And we've stopped it now on water. You don't even find boats on water. You don't even see fishing boats on water. You want to go fishing in that area? Does anybody want to go fishing in that area? I don't think so. So I just want to say this. We have now a strong border. A year and a half ago, we had millions of people pouring through. Now we have nobody coming in through our border. And we have a strong country. We have a country that's respecting it. We're going to keep it that way. And we're not going to let people kill 300,000 people a year with drugs.
Mr. President, one more follow-up question.
Yeah,
Mr. President, fraud that you've been pointing out, talking about in Minnesota specifically. There have been some reports resurfacing and circulating, even by your own administration, alleging Ilhan Omar's marriage to her brother. And this would be a fraudulent situation. If there, in fact, is found to be fraud in a situation like that, would you like to see her denaturalized or others who have similarly committed?
Well, I think she's very bad for our country. All she does is complain, complain, complain. She comes out of a country where they have no government, they have no military, they have no police, they got no nothing. They don't have a country, and they run around killing each other. And then she comes over here. She tells the United States of America how it should be run. We don't want to hear from her. I don't want to hear from her. I don't want to speak for Emma, but I don't think Emma particularly wants to hear. But don't say it because I don't want to get you in trouble, okay? Just be nice and easy, all right? I'll do it for you, but that part I'll do. But I just want to say that
Mr. President,
there's nothing worse than a person that comes in and does nothing but bitch and comes from a place where she shouldn't be telling us what to do. She shouldn't be telling us. And everybody agrees with me. And what's happening in Minnesota with Somalia, where billions of dollars is being stolen, right, like candy from a baby, we're not going to let that go on. And it's too great a state to have that happening. And guys like Tom Emmer and others, Pete Stauber, guys like them, they're going to stop it. And they're going to be given the authority to stop it. Because this country's not going to put up with it.
Mr. President, do you plan to withhold funding?
You talked about land strikes happening soon. Is there anything at this point that can prevent that? And is the objective, if you make that decision,
well, I don't want to say that, but it's not only land strikes on Venezuela. It's land strikes on horrible people that are bringing in drugs and killing our people. You know, if we were in a war and we lost 300,000 people in a year, because that's what the real number is. It's not 100. You know, you keep hearing 100. And it's a lot worse than that because the families are devastated when they lose their child. If we were in a war and we lost 200,000 or 300,000, but I think it's more than 300,000, and that's a war that's like a war that would be unparalleled. Nobody's ever seen anything like that, and that's what's happening. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in Venezuela. It's people that are bringing in drugs to our country are targets.
At the end of this year, those extended Obamacare subsidies expire. What's your message to those 24 million Americans who will see their insurance premiums go up?
Don't make it sound so bad because, you know, obviously you're a sycophant for Democrats. You're obviously a provider of bad news for Republicans. Let me just say something. The Republicans, I think I can speak for Tom and most other people. I think what most Republicans want to see is what I want to see. And I leave it to them, and hopefully they're going to put great legislation on this desk right here. We want to see all of the money that's been squandered and given to insurance companies because Obamacare is horrible health insurance. It's far too expensive, and it always has been. But what it really is a way of making insurance companies rich. We want the money not to be paid at all to insurance companies. You know, insurance companies have gone up 1,700% over a short, meaning the stock, 1,700% over a short period of time. And they've taken in hundreds of billions and even trillions of dollars. And we want the money to go to the people. They'll go in the form of a insurance account, healthcare account, or any other form that we can create. We have a lot of different forms. We want to give the money to the people and let the people buy their own great health care. And they'll save a lot of money, and it'll be great. Now, the problem we have is that the Republicans are not at all controlled by the insurance companies. But you know who is? The Democrats. The Democrats have received hundreds of millions of dollars. They're totally controlled by the insurance companies. So we might not get too many of their votes. But I actually think we'd get some Democrat votes. So I don't know how you feel about it, Tom, but everybody wants to see this happen. Everybody. I put it out, and all of a sudden, we've taken over in a positive way. The Republicans have taken over health care in a positive way. I want to see the billions of dollars go to the people, not to the insurance companies. And I want to see the people go out and buy themselves great health care. Much better health care at very little cost. That's what I want. And it's so simple.
Thank you. A follow-up on that. Many congressional Republicans have said they won't vote for an Obamacare extension deal if it includes funding for abortion. Would you assure those Republicans that you will not propose?
Well, we're going to look into it. We're going to look into a lot of things. That's one of many factors. But what we do want to see is we want to see the money go to the people, not to the insurance.
Mr. President.
No, wait. You have to be nice and easy. Nice and easy. She's very aggressive. Okay, please.
Thanks, Mr. President. Can you tell us how this free economic zone would work in the Donbass and land that the Russians took by force?
Well, I don't want to do that now. It's a very complex situation, but it would work.
That is the part that I wanted you guys to pay attention to, because she is very aggressive, but she's like, oh, okay, sir. Sorry about that. Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. President. They got to learn. They can fight him. They can hate him, but they got to learn some respect. President Donald Trump is in control of his office, period. I don't care how entitled the press feels about the freedom of press. When you are in the Oval Office, it is a privilege, and they're starting to learn how to behave. I love President Trump.
And a lot of people want to see it work, and all I want to do is I want to stop the death of 25,000 people a month. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. There were new Epstein photos released today showing you and also Bill Clinton, Steve Bannon. What were your reaction to those new photos that were released?
Well, I haven't seen it, but I mean, everybody knew this man. He was all over Palm Beach. He has photos with everybody. I mean, almost there are hundreds and hundreds of people that have photos with him. So that's no big deal. I know nothing about it.
How big a role do you want to personally play in the decision by the Fed on interest rates?
Well, I've made a lot of money. I've been very successful, and I think my role should be at least that of a recommending. They don't have to follow what I say, but we're going to be choosing a new Fed person in the pretty near future. But they went out, they went out with 71 different people, all economists and Trump. I was 71. And of the 71 people, I got it right, and one other person, I think from the Wharton School of Finance, my alma mater, got it right. There were two people that got it right out of 7, but I was one of them. So I think I certainly should have a role in talking to whoever the head of the Fed is, or the Fed. I don't think that, in the old days it used to happen. Nowadays it's sort of, they think it shouldn't happen. But I've done great. I've made a lot of money. I've been very successful. I think my voice should be heard. But I'm not going to make the decision based on that. I'll be making a decision over the next few weeks. Thank you all very much.
That's all, folks. And you guys know how we exit this room. Guys, I have a couple of other things to show you guys, but I think we're going to leave it for tomorrow. I know I started off very late. You guys that were here at the beginning, you know why. I feel a lot better just being here with you guys. Thank you so much for that support, for that love. I want to say this. Depression it's a real problem. And when somebody tells you that they feel depressed, just be there for them. It's very important. Depression is a creeper. If you let it settle in there, it can cause a lot of harm to you. So I want to say thank you to my brothers. Thank you for you sisters for being in here. And I mean sisters and brothers as American patriots. Thank you for adopting me into your American family. Love you all. Thank you for the super chats, for those who give. You guys know this is what I do for a living. This is how I earn my living. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. I wouldn't be able to do this without your help. So God bless you, and God bless your family, and God bless the USA. Y'all have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Be waiting for the notification.